Like, subscribe, hype, or comment. Like, subscribe, hype, or comment. Like, subscribe, hype, or comment. That's like you're walking into the classroom, and that's like you're gonna say hello, you're gonna fist bump, you'll hit you a little jig, whatever you say to the teacher, first day in the morning. You're gonna like, subscribe, hype, or comment. Like, subscribe, hype, or comment. Which one you gonna do? What's up, Boss Twiz? It's your boy Dun Biz, and I'm coming to you here live from the stairs. First thing, full disclosure, my anxiety brain is screaming right now. I watched a video one time, and this dude was like, one of the reasons why it's hard to do better in our lives is because we expect things to be harder. So when things aren't harder, oh, it's up here. When things aren't harder, we make them harder because we're imagining life being harder. One thing that I used to do is I always had something that I was wrestling with when I got home from work. A lot of times, earlier in my teaching career, it could have been an interaction. And it might have been wild. And then it could have been anything. It could have been an interaction I had on a trip home, something that I had to solve. I was like, oh, I got to solve this. I got to do that. There was a period where I was having like an okay day, but then on my trip home, it just wiped my energy out, or my chores been wiping my energy out week for week. But I locked the schedule in. I locked it in. I wrote it down, made a couple checklists. Like, one place I could describe this is like in the morning. I used to spend a lot of energy, money, and time in the morning to get very little back. Like, one of the things that I'm always, or I used to be more about is, getting to work right before. You know the urge to get to work right before you clock in or right before the time start? Now, I'm contemplating getting to work 15 minutes early. Because I practice my flair in the gym. So if I get to work 15 minutes early, that's 15 more minutes to work on my flair every day. Skate in there 15 minutes, jump in the gym, blah, 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 get your flair in. I actually already do it. I mean, and then it's like the biggest thing about getting places early that I didn't expect. I have more energy at the end of the week because I didn't spend so much energy sprinting. I used to have a schedule where I had to sprint to make it everywhere. I left the house. I remember I had to be at work at 8:30. I used to leave from 55 to an hour away with 45 minutes. There was a part of my life where I was like biking, like a 40-minute bike in like 30 minutes. Like, I remember it was actually about, 40 minutes, 35, 40 minutes. I remember coming out of my house, bombing that first hill down like Branch Ave, and then having the steepest climb every single day. And every morning I'm asking myself, like, are you going to have the gusto to be able to pedal up? At first I had to like build it up. And then there was a couple of mornings where I almost like got hit. And when I realized that I was almost getting hit to get to work, I started taking the train. But I guess that's strenuous to even hear. Like, I was working farther away. Now I work so close, it's crazy. 13-minute inline skate. I promise you, every day. Every day when I wake up. And that 13-minute inline skate, I didn't tell y'all, but I did a skate out with We Are Skate DC last Sunday. It was a different skate. Y'all remember a couple years ago when I was talking about, oh man, we hit the hills. I was so nervous about skating down the hills. I didn't know how I was about to make it. I was skating all slow. I was skating in the back. Oh man, they was pacing me out. Because I got so many days put in skating up and down the hills, up and down, every day. Now I be hitting my ATL step moves. Now I be practicing for the ATL. Every single quarter, I'm going to show y'all how I hit the quarters. Like imagine, you walk out of work and you see the dude that was at your job all day walking, skate up to a light, hit the skid. All right, steady there backwards, boom. Before the light hit. I make sure to put the arms up so that people know about the artistic skating, that they know about artistic skating, that they know about Jim Bray. Come off, hit the step. This is the corner right here. This is the car. Oh, hit. Oh, I've been hitting that giant. You know what I really thought about? That stream when I was in here screaming about the cultural description of the ATL style. And I was like, you know what? That is actually a very accurate description of what I do when I'm skating. You move your left in front of your right, and then your right in front of your left, and a repetitive step motion with a clap in between to keep you going. Every single time I'm skating down the street, putting my foot in front and behind, and clapping in the middle to keep me going. I'm gonna show y'all the funniest part about me ATL riding. The funniest part. I made up my own routine. I made up my own routine like I used to make up step routines. I would see somebody doing a step that I liked, and then I would remember whatever parts of that step that I could remember, and I would just repeat those parts. And here it is. This is the moment right here. I think it's so funny because this is the pose that I do on like the corners. I'm trapped in Pinterest. Here it is. When I hit the corners in the ring and when I hit the corners in the street, this is the motion that I'm hitting. I hit this every single time like it's a part of my stab. But this is like on the straightaway in their routine. So that means that essentially this is the middle of a routine. This is like a move that they're hitting. So I actually saw Tony doing this one. It's like apart from the prep. Like for a second, they'd be like, oh. And when you go back to the film, I can't completely play it on stream. To be extremely honest with y'all, I'm nervous to even play the scene I know it's in. because it's 1000% going to ping as a copywritten, and then they're going to cut the stream off. But you can check out ATL if you don't believe me, or if you just want, more information on it. Let's not make it so adversarial. Anyway, that's me every day. And then I skate down one of the biggest hills, one of the most steep hills that has a lot of environmental hazards as well as a lot of different traffic patterns every day. Every day. This hill is huge. It's like 3 hills. I talk about it all the time. I run up it every day. I skate up it every day. I skate down it every day. Like, that hill from Holes that Zero had to carry Stanley up, and Zero's ancestors had to carry that old lady up? That's the hill I skate up every day. And every single day. It's crazy. Skating down it gave me a life lesson in roller skating down hills, because I had to skate down it. If I didn't get comfortable skating down it, I couldn't keep skating to work. It was crazy. But I usually don't even hit it. Like, now I practice my curves down it every day. But it's like, I'm just imagining coming down through the hill with some speed and then taking the turn. And then there's the way that the light is signaled, and even the different lights. There's a moment where you got to make a quick decision about where the traffic's coming from, depending on how you're getting on the street. And I was just imagining it. I almost made the wrong decision today. And I was like, yo, that was quick. That was a good react. Hit it every day. So when we were in DC, I didn't have my normal bag on me. I usually have to carry all of my work clothes, my speakers, and my shoes. Some days I may have other stuff. It's heavier. And then those days during the summer when I was carrying my skates and clothes, I was running around Washington, D.C. with a pair of roller skates in my bag on inline skates. And then I would stop inline skating to roller skate for 30, 45 minutes, shoot 2 tutorials, and then shoot dance videos. And then I would put the inline skates back on and skate home with those roller skates in my bag. Some days I shoot more videos, just I'm going to show y'all one video about how I really got good at skating. And then I'm going to get to talking about where jam skating came from. So when we were skating around the DC, there was a couple moments when I was getting loose. I got to keep it real. I won a game of chicken bombing a hill. We're coming to this hill. There's a couple moments when I was flexing on hills. We start going down this hill. I'm standing backwards with my arms out, holding the camera. This woman's like, hill. I'm rolling. The same emote I hit on the Howard Hill. I've been practicing this emote. I've been doing this in traffic on a bigger hill. How do you think I got the idea to aura farm like this? You think this is the first time I'm aura farming like this? I'm like, people roll backwards down hills all the time. We skating down the hill. The yellow light come up. There's a moment where we can stop or we can hit the light. He stopped. I said, if I stop now, it's going to blow my clip. It's going to blow the clip. Okay. Checking your mic was a good idea. I'm saying this out loud. Don't listen to that part. Anyway. I was like, it's that skate to work. It was that skate to work every day. It was crazy. It's crazy. It's cold now. It's cold now. It's cold. I'm running around in shorts in the winter. It's such a crazy full circle moment for my life because I remember seeing people like running around in the winter with shorts and I thought it was the wildest thing. I have one hoodie. The same hoodie I've been wearing all fall is the one I'm wearing this winter. One pair of leggings. One pair of thermal leggings. A Nike ski mask. And a pair of Nike gloves. Dundada. I'm still wearing shorts to work. I am still wearing athletic shorts. Listen to me. I am still in athletic shorts. It's only 13 minutes of activity. And on Wednesday, I wash my clothes a lot of times. But anyway. Listen to myself. Anyway, the history of jam skating. Why am I not the history of jam skating? The history of the word jam. I wanted to talk about the history of the word jam because I'm talking about the history of jam skating. And I think it's going to be an interesting point. So, when I started talking about the history of rhythm skating, one of the first big concerns that people would raise is, my story about the creation of jam skating and rhythm skating, or whatever you're calling it, because it's the same thing, is in the 1970s, everybody was skating at the disco. And then everybody collectively together figured out a way that everybody wanted to skate. And now that's what we have now, rhythm skating and jam skating. And one of the parts about this story that makes it difficult to respond to is the idea of the erasure in roller skating. Because I feel like, at least me, I'm always so on go to talk about the erasure in skating. And sometimes I'm not like, why are they actually saying that? So on the path to thinking about this, I was like, what proof did I have that jam skating didn't come out of the disco? Why can I say that, hey, it comes from something else and not specifically from the disco that happened in the 1970s? Well, if I went back into the history of jams, let me say that again. Well, if I went back into the history of jam skating and looked at people who were using that term at different parts of history, I'd at least be able to figure out, okay, why are they saying jam skating? And are there any inferences that I can make? So the first thing that I did was I started thinking about the jamming technique. The jamming technique is the roller skating technique that Bill Butler creates. So, if it's called the jamming technique and the jamming technique becomes the New York and the New Jersey style, what is there to say that jam skating isn't just a connection between jamming, as in the jamming technique, and roller skating? Because that's logical. Then I took a step back and I had to figure out, why did Bill Butler call it the jamming technique? Well, there's a New York Times article about Bill Butler. And inside of the article, he talks about a lot of the things that went into the jamming technique as well as his history. Let me see if I can find it real quick. The the origin of the jamming technique is going to blow your mind. Oh, let's go. I think I'm kind of reading this out of order. I want to read his whole story from the beginning. Not the beginning, but the part of it that I speak about generally, so that as I'm reading the story from the beginning, you can start to understand where different things connect, as opposed to jumping around and then saying, hey, I'm going to say this at this time, and then afterwards I'm going to figure out that I need to say that. And I think I just closed the tab. Now I remember why I can't find it. I know what I can do. I can't believe I was attempting to use that as a monitor. It's a little funny now that I'm thinking about it. It's actually hilarious. Mm, you'll never find. So I've been trying to save money, and I figured out the best way to save money. Stop going out. I thought the answer to my problems was going out, and now my bankroll's not the same. I'm like, hey, yo, I didn't even have that much fun. I think this experiment has, I think it's ran its course. I tried. Hey, yo, I had a season. Mr. Butler, okay, let's talk about it. The history of Bill Butler can answer a lot of questions about the origin of the word jamming, because first, if the jamming technique was something that's popular that became a part of roller skating, then if we're connecting it to Bill Butler's life, we're going to have a couple of dates. Mr. Butler, Mr. Butler, who grew up in Detroit, learned to skate there in the 1940s, getting his start at Arcadia Roller Rink on Woodward Avenue. Black skaters were allowed to skate at Arcadia just one night a week. And on those evenings, instead of a traditional organist, the rink would hire a DJ to play soul and R&B. One of the things that I talk about is roller skating is segregated like church. Back in the day, black skaters were allowed to skate one night a week because the other nights a week they were having a different kind of church. And on those church nights, they would play traditional organist music. However, the rink would hire a DJ to play soul and R&B. The roots of rhythm skating is connected to the desire to roller skate to your own music. And in the 1940s, African Americans wanted to skate to their own music. It just wasn't popular to skate to your own music. Next thing, we used to call it roller rocking, Mr. Butler told Rolling Stone in 1979. All they done is change the names around. Black people have been jamming on skates for as long as I can remember, but the terms aren't important. It's the skating. It's the way of moving your body. I want to bring something up because he said we called it roller rocking. One of the things that I said was the people using AI descriptions for inline skating are lying. I said lying and I kind of want to change some things. I said that too strong. I'm saying that people that are using AI descriptions to describe rhythm skating are putting misinformation into the world. If you look at what jam skating is or when was jam skating created, they're going to talk about that jam skating has a connection to the roller skating of African Americans. Jam skating has its roots in the styles of skating developed in African American communities, with figures like Bill Butler refining techniques in the mid 1900s. They are changing this as I am speaking about it. They are changing this as I'm speaking about it. Thank you, Google. However, articles like this one, thanking Google is crazy, bro. It's probably better for my algorithm, though. I mean, you know what? We got an appreciative customer. We should look out for them, or maybe they not gonna look out for me because he always gonna think we gonna look out for him now. We might as well teach him the truth of life. Though none of y'all mean none to us. I actually don't need the whole thing. Rhythm skating has been around as early as World War II. Bill Butler said he was skating in the 1940s, and there were people roller skating in Detroit before him that inspired him. That means that roller skating, rhythm skating has been around earlier than World War II. Let me say that again. We could come back to Bill Butler's article. I changed the stuff and now I can't see it. And now if I search it again, I should get a second one. I should have cloned this one, and then next time I switch it, I'll clone it. At Arcadia, the 10-year-old Bill noticed how a skater named Archie moved his body, studying the crowd by sliding backward. Oh, let me read that again. At Arcadia, the 10-year-old Bill noticed how a skater named Archie moved his body, stunning the crowd by sliding backwards with his hair slicked back and his boots unlaced. Now let's come back to the article. Rhythm skating has been around as early as World War II. From there, distinctive styles began quickly. Let me say this again. Rhythm skating has been around as early as World War II. From there, distinctive styles quickly began to emerge. The late 1950s and 1960s saw the rise of the bebop style. By the 1970s, soul nights were being held at skating rinks across the country, and with it came the soul skating style. The 1970s also saw the rise of the roller disco. All these styles helped influence jam skating. We used to call it roller rocking. We used to call it roller rocking. We used to call it roller rocking. So Bill Butler didn't practice the bebop style. Let's see if Bill Butler planned soul nights though. We could check. If the Godfather of skating planned soul nights, we can. He was skating clockwise while the rest of us were skating counterclockwise, and that already got me crazy, Mr. Butler said. After that, Mr. Butler used the money he had earned delivering groceries to buy his own skates for then the whopping sum of $23. So he was running DoorDash. I can't see this. He was skating clockwise while the rest of us were skating counterclockwise. And that already got me crazy, Mr. Butler said. After that, Mr. Butler used the money he had delivered. After that, Mr. Butler used the money he had earned delivering groceries to buy his own skates for the then whopping sum of $23. So back in the day, Rydell money was only $23. Now it's a little bit more. No one knew. After that, okay. But he wasn't ready to skate. He said until he could command the rink like Archie. But he wasn't to skate, he said, until he could command the rink like Archie. So he practiced in his family's basement, skidding into the hot water boiler in the coal bin as he attempted to perfect his stride. Wow. No one knew that he was skating, he said. He was a loner, taking the bus to and from the rink by himself. He was the original rink rat, because that's what every single rink rat does. You might have heard the joke. I think Dan, I can't even remember his last name, but he was like, there's that one guy that comes to the rink. He has no friends. He walks in there. He just wants to skate. I'm going to check it out. Even after he enlisted in the Air Force and began traveling, he would slip away from the base by himself to check out the local rinks. So this is throughout his whole life. When he moved to Brooklyn in 1957, he brought with him his music and a hodgepodge of moves he picked up from skating all over. Soon he said he was spending most of his nights at Empire, where he began giving lessons to those interested in his style. Let's learn a little bit more about that style. He called himself a jammer, a term he borrowed from both jazz and roller derby. In roller derby, it refers to the team member who tries to pull ahead of the pack and ideally lap the group. Jammers, Mr. Butler said, build their movements by focusing on the skate's leverage points, rooting their movements in different parts of the inside or outside edge of the boot. Rooting their movements in different parts of the inside or outside edge of the boot allows skaters to grip the floor properly and push off with intention and power. So, back in the day, roller derby was a nationally televised sport, and the racial makeup was a little bit different. Let's just say it was a little bit more multicultural, in addition to being a co-ed experience. Jazz is the first American art form / the first African American art form. So jazz gets associated with the African American community. Inside of these early moments inside of the mixing of communities in the United States, I'm gonna say that all again. Inside of these early moments of the mixing of these different communities in the United States, there are different terms that begin to get associated with the African American community. Some of those terms are like rhythm, soul, bebop, hip hop. And people use these different terms online in order to signal that there is African American art about, but they may not be completely connected to what the specifics are. And that's what you can see inside of the current rhythm skating market. Well, let's fill up the conclusion. If jam skating comes out of the roller disco, then why does Bill Butler name his style the jamming technique? From jamming, like a jazz band, or the jammer in a roller derby competition in the 1960s, before the disco gets popping. In fact, there's evidence that he was doing this in the 1950s. I want to take a look at a Bill Butler interview so y'all can understand a little bit about why I'm so sure that the jamming technique popped up around the 1950s. What's my long story short while I'm pulling it up? Long story short, Bill Butler has confirmed that these different terms come from different marketing styles. And with his own personal accounts, we can at least affirm from his travels as a roller skater, people did not call roller skating the bebop style. And we can see what type of nights they had by looking at this interview. I want to get a small snack. I'm going to turn this up, and I'm going to walk away to get the snack, and I'm going to see if it's loud enough while I'm walking.
We talking to the legend. I'll tell you who he is when we come back. Right here.
We're also going to get like a nice little I want some takeout. I just said I was saving money. The first part is, getting this hip hop chicken. I think hip hop chicken is the best bang for buck takeout order ever. 10 pieces of hip hop chicken. It's too loud now. This interview lowered in a mug though. This intro high, but this interview they recorded it from across the room on a webcam.
Guest, the legend, the icon, really like that.
A webcam mic, like the mic on your computer.
Butler, yeah. William Nah, let me stop playing. We call this man Bill Butler. You know what I'm saying? The legendary roller skater, still doing it to this day. How are you, sir?
Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. After that introduction, how could I be doing other than Dino?
Hey, you see what I'm talking about? Dino, not Dynamite. Dino.
Dino.
Let me tell you something. This man got lingo for days. How are you, sir? You chilling?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, chilling is the word.
That's the young boy in me. You know, you chilling. You know what I'm saying? This is the distinguished gentleman. I'm over here, yo, you chilling. You know what I mean? Everything all right? You know what I'm saying?
Still a little verbiage, yeah.
Tell everybody who you are, even though I just gave him a little bit about you.
Well, he's right about the name. That's a good thing. And
I might
actually,
need to start saying
you know
Dino.
me also as Jammer One, and this is something because I've created a particular skating style that I hope someday is going to be the epitome of roller skating throughout the country.
Okay, so tell me where you're originally from. Where were you born?
I'm born originally in Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit.
Detroit, Michigan, yes. Back in the days, which I don't care to mention.
Really? Why?
Oh, it was tough times.
All right, so I want to hear about the tough times. Tell me something.
Oh man, the tough times was tough. If I just mention, excuse me, if I created a particular skating style.
Let's try it again.
Hey, you see what I'm talking about? Dino, not Dynamite. Dino.
Dino.
Let me tell you something. This man got lingo for days. How are you, sir? You chilling?
Like, y'all can barely hear it, right? Oh, there it is.
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, chilling is the word.
That's the young boy in me. You know, you chilling. You know what I'm saying? This is the distinguished gentleman. I'm over here, yo, you chilling. You know what I mean? Everything all right? You know what I'm saying?
Still a little verbiage, yeah.
Tell everybody who you are, even though I just gave him a little bit about you.
Well, he's right about the name. That's a good thing. And actually, he knows me also as Jammer One.
We can hear you.
And this is something because I've created a particular skating style that I hope someday is going to be the epitome of roller skating throughout the country.
Okay, so tell me where you're originally from. Where were you born?
I'm born originally in Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit.
Detroit, Michigan, yes. Back in the days, which I
D-Town.
don't care to mention.
Really? Why?
Oh, it was tough times.
All right, so I want to hear about the tough times. Tell me something.
Oh man, the tough times was tough. If I just mention.
I do like this video because of the banter. And it's also just an absolute gem of history. But the way that they go back and forth is so natural.
Excuse me. If I just mention a year, you know what I mean about tough times.
What's the year?
33.
I hear you.
Oh, man.
The way I heard about this man was him in the roller skating world. Always heard about him in what we call right here. You know, he blesses with the shirts back in the days. Bill Butler, the Empire Roller Dome. This man used to throw parties on Thursday nights and he used to be crazy. Can you tell us a little bit about that and what first brought you to Brooklyn? So, matter of fact, question. Did you...
Just a quick talk about the tough times in that year. 1933 is like World War I times. Am I correct or something? $1914. I am off. I don't know nothing about history. When was World War II? 1939. Okay, this is pre-World War II.
When you left Detroit, did you go straight to Brooklyn?
No,
Did you go
I left
straight to Brooklyn?
Detroit when I was 19 because I enlisted in the Air Force. That's what got it started. And I spent 10 years in the Air Force. 1963, I was...
So let's talk about this. Before he comes to New York, he practices for 6 years, 10 years. No, but the Great Depression was ending. Knew immediately. I got somebody in the chat like, bro, you do not know when World War I was, bro. You do not know. The world, but yeah, I didn't even bring that up. I was so focused on being wrong about World War One, I forgot to bring that up. So he's living during the Great Depression. This is happening for African Americans during the Great Depression. And the fact that he has adults that are inspiring him when he's a child, his adults are probably have been skating for 10 to 20 years, logically, or possibly even. Excuse me. Bill Butler's account is evidence that there is a dual roller skating history in the United States that goes back into the World War One days. Archie had to start skating around then. Archie inspires Bill. Bill creates the jamming technique. The jamming technique becomes New York and New Jersey roller skating. And the name jam gets passed up through time. From jazz to derby to the jamming technique to jam skating. From jazz to derby to the jamming technique to jam skating.
Station in Warner Robins, Georgia. That's where I was discharged, and at this time I was 29 years old.
I always wondered why he moved to Georgia. Bill Butler was teaching in Georgia for years. He taught at Georgia for an extremely long time, but I'm like, he came from Detroit, the New York style. Why did he want to hang out in Georgia? He was stationed there in the military.
So my assignment had been Brooklyn, but the first time I went to Brooklyn was in 1957, July the 7th, as I remember, coming out of Alaska, which I was then still in the Air Force. So it was 1957, July the 7th, yes. And as soon as I got my assignment headquarters where I was going to stay, I looked up the nearest skating rink in Brooklyn, and it was Empire. I get me a cab, and I hustle my way over there. And the old man who has since died of long ago, his name was Mr. Abrami. He
Around dressed like Ric Flair.
They called it Empire Roller Drum in those days. But I went in, and I brought my own music. I had Count Basie.
This wasn't like a file from LimeWire. He had to bring the stuff.
Night Train, and I asked them would they play it for me. It was a little 45 record changer.
Okay.
So
Look at him, his hands.
yeah,
Look
they
at his
played it for me.
hands.
By this time, I had made it up in my mind that I was gonna change roller skating, because I used to skate freestyle up to the age of 20. I used to do Russian splits and all that stuff, but I didn't like that. I mean, it was all right, but I didn't like it. I knew I had to do something different. So I said, I'm going to create a whole nother style. So I came up with this thing I call jamming. And so when I get to...
He said the thing. Say the line, Bart.
Say the line, Bart. I didn't do it.
I gotta put that in the video. I gotta think about something to say there. It's right here. He said it. He said it. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about right here. There is a prevailing roller skating style, and honestly, it's not that popular. There are people who are practicing it, but a lot of people coming up in roller skating who are adopting it, they're doing their own thing. Excuse me. Well, it just happens to be that the style that everybody is practicing is also practiced by the de facto leaders of the country at the time. So this roller skating style is going to be the most popular roller skating style, regardless. I don't care how much support you get in your community. This will never be a legitimate roller skating style. The way that this is recorded is fundamentally different. It's fundamentally different. It sounded too extreme. Because I just listened to that back. This will never be a legitimate style. I mean, at the time, those things are very true. Because there's a reason why we don't know the bebop bands from back in the day, but we know who the Beatles are. There's a reason why we know who Elvis is, but we don't know none of the people that Elvis took songs from. Have you ever seen a picture of or a video of African Americans doing the leg wiggle? They said it was a popular dance, but Elvis is the only person I've ever seen hitting it. They don't even play videos of other people hitting it. Like, imagine. We got to find some leg wiggle. I'm trying to see the original. Oh, here, Nita May. Thank the Lord. I had to type in still. It was so obvious that Ray Charles could see it. It's crazy. Can't even. Oh, I'm seeing it now. I'm seeing it now. Elvis stiff. He's stiff with it. Hey, yo. Elvis was stiff with it, and he was the most popular guy. Think about the conspiracy behind that. He clearly stiff with it. I don't need 4K video to see that Elvis is stiff. What is he hitting? That may be what I'm just saying that. Okay, let me clean it up. I'm not saying that that's currently what's happening at skating. I'm not saying that that's currently what's happening in skating in mass out of malice. But at this point in time, the amount of momentum that different roller skating narratives are getting is making it close to impossible for this not to be the case. In the past, it was very intentional. Right now, it's just a quirk of SEO. But let's at least finish this interview. There's one more scene I want to show. He calls a jam.
That's why I got this shirt on. It was given to me by one of my students, and it's apropos to what we're talking about now. That's where my story began.
That's what's up.
But anyway, that was the beginning. And as years passed, at that time, I started working on the style and creating at that time. And the next thing I know, I got everybody trying to do this stuff, you know. And, I didn't know what I had my hands on at the time. And was that really the beginning? I had no idea. But I knew it had to be something because that was the only rink that I knew of at the time that was skating 7 days a week.
Oh, okay.
Wow, 7
Monday through
days.
Sunday.
So let me ask you a question. In '57, what did the crowd look like? What kind of crowd?
In 1957, what did the crowd look like? My question for the Boss Twins before I play this. 1 for yes, 2 for no. Do you think that roller skating was segregated like church in 1957? Is Bill Butler going to say everybody was in there skating together? It was fun. It wasn't really like that. Or is he going to say that, you know what? There was a predominant group in that ring.
Hey, listen.
Okay, we got a 1 in the chat. Wait, we got 1 answer. I'm going to keep it pushing.
Crowd was it in the ring? Was it a predominantly white, predominantly black, mixed crowd? Or because I know it said 7 days a week. So what did it look like throughout the 7 days? Like what kind of crowd was it?
Well, it was predominantly black. And
That's Brooklyn for you.
It's predominantly black. It was predominantly black.
Hey, listen.
He was the best guy around.
What about the people he murdered?
What murder?
From capture.
The chat is slow. Yeah, the chat is slow. Yeah, like with the time. Just the beginning. Yeah, the chat's like on a delay. I was trying to give enough time, but I was like, you know what? People may be like, what if they washing their hands right now? You're somebody washing the dishes. My people washing the dishes. But yeah, it was predominantly black.
That's Brooklyn.
yeah. And every now and then you would get some white people that would come for various reasons or different occasions.
Different
promotions
occasions.
and things like that.
Promotions,
that might take
the
place.
like.
But on a regular basis, for the exception of the white people that might live in and around the area, might show up every now and then.
All right, so when did you first promote your first party there? Like when did this night pop off? This is
Thursday night with Bill
1957.
Butler? I don't know exactly when it.
Right now, my shirt said 1957 to 2007. You was popping.
Yeah,
That sounds like a whole lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah, I was. I didn't
How did you
actually.
get that started?
I didn't actually
Don't leave
start.
out the money part.
I didn't actually start.
Sorry,
didn't
dude,
actually-
that's just me. That's how I do.
I didn't actually start the parties in 1957. That's when I hit Brooklyn,
Right. Okay.
and the parties started. I would be remiss if I didn't say that at least they started in 58, 59.
58,
Yeah, something
59.
like that. Those Thursday nights, because we had opened in Central Park, excuse me, in 1958. We did our first thing in Central Park, which was good skates. I was connected with Judy.
Another thing that people say about the birth of roller skating is how it was birthed in the disco. Well, if they're skating in Central Park in 1958, the spirit that they're saying exists and was birthed out of the disco clearly existed in 1958. So there's history erasure in saying that it was created in the disco.
Lynn. And we opened outdoor skating in Central Park.
Julie Lynn from the Hamptons?
Julie Lynn from the
You
Hamptons.
know I'll be following you now.
Yeah, I know.
You know you said Hamptons. You know,
That's true.
I said Hamptons because I did my research.
No, that's true. I know.
You know what I'm
I
saying? You know where the money at, right?
Yeah, I know where the money is. So
That's where the
we
money's at.
We started functioning in the city, and so I could say easy early 70s, late 60s, the parties. And so we used to do serious parties every Thursday night. I was doing between 800 and 900 people every Thursday night. And we had, it came with a T-shirt, ID card. Yeah, you walk in one room, you get a T-shirt.
Door dashing in the 50s, T-shirt and ID. So he's selling NFTs with perks, doing album bundles in the 50s is crazy.
Come out the other side. It's just like a driver's license because I had this machine that will laminate with your picture on it, take your picture, do the whole thing.
You was selling fake driver's licenses. I see what you was doing up there, Rick.
Well, that was the first time I learned. That's when I first learned to scam. No.
Of course.
No. It was then because I've always tried to develop a night with skaters because I always thought I knew what the skaters wanted. You know what I mean? In terms of the music, you know, secretly, sometimes you can't always speak out because things get misconstrued, etc. So I was trying to just make it happen, knowing in my mind what the end result would be. So I was trying to structure the technique.
All right.
At the same time, the good Lord above was feeding me this information in terms of the technique itself, and that's how I developed what is called skate stop, where you do all these different moves in X amount of seconds. So all these things were evolving, and it was controversial as to what I felt about, again, what I thought that the skaters deserved as opposed to what they needed. Because now, if it's one thing for you to be able to have that concept and that desire to do something as an individual, and it's another thing to have somebody to work with you to get the same thing done. In other words, as we say it now, everybody's on the same page. So we're all trying to get the same thing done, doing different things. So if you don't run into people that have that same concept, you know, they're trying to do their thing. You know what I'm saying? So you have to have a leader. You have to have somebody that people believe in. You have to have somebody that understand the originality of it and not be picking it apart. You know what I'm saying? And stick it.
So there was one more soundbite I was looking for, and I may have missed it.
But anyway.
Was it in the ring? Was it predominantly white, predominantly black, mixed crowd? Or because I know it said 7 days a week, so what did it look like throughout the 7 days? Like, what kind of crowd was it?
Well, it was predominantly black. And
That's Brooklyn. That's Brooklyn.
Yeah. And every now and then you would get some white people that would come for various reasons or different occasions, promotions and things like that that might take place. But on a regular basis, for the exception of the white people that might live in and around the area, might show up every now and then.
All right, so when did you first promote your first party? Like, when did this night pop off?
Oh,
This is
first night with Bill
1957.
Butler? I don't know exactly.
First night pop
exactly
off.
when it,
Right now, my shirt says 1957 to 2007. You was popping.
Yeah,
That's like a whole lot of money.
Yeah, I was. I
How'd
didn't
you
actually.
get that started?
I didn't actually
Don't worry about
start.
the money part.
I didn't actually start.
That's just me. That's how I do it.
I didn't actually start the parties in 1957. That's when I hit Brooklyn.
Right, okay.
And the parties started. I would be remiss if I didn't say that at least they started in 58, 59. Yeah, something like that. Those Thursday nights, because we had opened in Central Park, excuse me, in 1958. We did our first thing in Central Park, which was Good Skates. I was connected with Julie Lynn. And we opened outdoor skating in Central Park.
Julie Lynn from Hamptons?
Julie Lynn from
I know
Hamptons.
you following you now.
Yeah, I
I
know.
know you said Hamptons.
Yeah, that's
I said Hamptons.
Easy early.
You know what I'm saying? So you know what he's talking about 2 grand and change. If I get my hands on it, I'm gonna take it down, auction it off. I'm just kidding.
See what I mean? That's why I learned. He was the second one I learned how to scam. I did a show once with the Isley Brothers, as an example.
I feel like I did not watch this much of the video.
Next door, the one up the street, the one around the corner. I want this technique to have this viral effect on people because it has so many attributes. It's healthy. It's communicable. You learn to. I need the person next door, the one. You understand what I'm saying? But the bottom line is, I'm for the guy next door, not the Olympian. I need the person next door, the one up the street, the one around the corner. I want this technique to have this viral effect on people because it has so many attributes. It's healthy. It's communicable. You learn to function, especially when it comes to kids. You know, if this technique was as viral as I wanted it to be, there wouldn't be any little chubbies.
Okay.
Because they'd be in such good shape.
Okay. Name your crew that was with you in the skate ring. Who's your crew that y'all was, you know?
Diane, you had Janet Burrows, you had Maurice Gatewood, you had Mickey, you had Anthony Ford.
Okay.
He was one of the first black faces
The greats.
on New York
Dang,
Magazine.
I got that Janet.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that was heavy. And that was about it at the time. We had Rosalind. She was a heavy also. Patrick.
These are the people
And
that
we
be in the
were known
videos
for
like
the
Trains and Trios
longest.
done
I
right.
didn't know I had all these Jamaicans.
Bow Wow
They
from
were
Roll Bounce,
killers.
Mikey.
But I didn't know it.
Right. So that I guess that's what you
Everybody
lead
was
into.
Jamaican but me.
And so was Michael Johnson.
Michael Johnson.
So when did he
Michael
come
Johnson.
along? I know it came much later.
Yes, he came along much later. Michael came along maybe after I was at Empire for at least, I would say, 19 years.
Wow.
Yeah, because he was 19 when I met him.
Oh, okay. And
So-
you guys also did the movie Roll Bounce together.
Yeah, we
Roll
did absolutely.
Bounce.
I wouldn't have done it with anyone else.
That's what's up. So how did you-
That's
how did you
why he
become-
called
so what did you
Mike.
see in him that had you like, I gotta, you know?
One of the biggest things, two of the biggest things that I saw in him, the anxiety that he wanted so bad. He had that look in his face, and when it's right, it's right. I knew it was no sweat. I remember to this day, he said, "When are you going to teach me?" And I said, "Right now." Those were the words. I'll never forget it.
Right.
And he stuck with me till he did, till the day he died.
Right. May you
Yes.
rest in peace, definitely.
Absolutely.
Definitely. So what are you doing currently today?
I'm teaching.
Okay.
Every
Teaching.
chance I get, I teach daily,
Okay.
all hours of the day.
Still teaching the jamming technique.
Yes, and still skating the technique.
Look at him.
right, so there you
Still
have it.
jamming.
The legendary, the living legend, Mr. Bill Butler, roller skating, still to
Mr.
this
Bill
day.
Butler.
I really
I didn't know it was 2 minutes. So boom. To be real, let me go down my notes for today to think about it. Oh yeah. So today I talked about where jam skating in the word jam came from. That means on my next roller skating stream, I can talk about jam skating vocabulary. Cause I gotta be real. Could I do that right now? I'm talking out loud. So tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why. I'm working on remastering jam skating versus rhythm skating. And after talking about where the history of the word jam, did I cap it off? Let me do a quick recap. So, in conclusion, I said it already. I don't need to say it in conclusion. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna get this clip. Pow, pow, pow. Pow, 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 pow. Jam skating versus rhythm skating. I want to check out some of the moves that make up jam skating. How do I want to say this? I want to take an opportunity to look at the jam skating style and understand what are the moves and inflections that go into jam skating. Look how terrible this search is. D's, how to truck. But it's real life called trucking, but I'm 1,000 wow getting search results for actual trucks. Still, to this day, the only video that popped up
What's up, Skate fam? Welcome. Before we get started, make sure you're smashing the like button. It helps more people see this tutorial, and the more people that see it, the more people will have to do this move with. This is technically considered a quad skating move, but I've seen people do it in inline skates and make it look good. So I say just have fun with it no matter what. I see this basic move everywhere I skate across the US, and honestly I'm not sure where it originated, but I do know that I started skating in 1988, and ever since I can remember. What's up, Skate fam? Welcome to D's Skates. In this episode, we're going to do a quick rundown of the always popular line skating move.
I think him explaining this may be a little bit better.
What's up, Skate fam? Welcome to D's Skates. In this episode, we're going to do a quick rundown of the always popular line skating move known as trucking. Before we get started, make sure you're smashing the like button. It helps more people see this tutorial, and the more people that see it, the more people will have to do this move with. This is technically considered a quad skating move, but I've seen people do it in inline skates and make it look good. So I say just have fun with it no matter what. I see this basic move everywhere I skate across the US, and honestly I'm not sure where it originated, but I do know that I started skating in 1988, and ever since I can remember it was popular. So no doubt it predates my time.
I like the way that he describes this because he says, I've been all over the entire United States and this is the move.
And it's probably known by many names. In the 90s, I heard the move referred to as jam skating, before the term encompassed an entire style like it does today. There's also technically no right or wrong way to do it. So after this tutorial...
So according to his history, this move is jam skating. Not the style, not the idea that people are breakdancing in the middle of the ring. This move. So this brings me to one of the points about the difference in the way that people are introduced to skating. This is a roller skating style that is native to his community. It's kind of like snapping. The idea that I would intrinsically understand a snap as opposed to snapping as we're or with a group of people. In my head, jam skating has always been its own style. Back to the moment when I created my first roller skating page, let me say that again. Jam skating has always been a roller skating style to me, back to the moment when I bought my first pair of skates. Because that's when I got online and I found out that there are rhythm skates and there are jam skates. I knew immediately that there was a cultural difference because at my rink, everybody wore rhythm skates. However, when I went through and I looked at what people were wearing and how people were, let me say this again. When I went back and I thought about it, and I thought about what people were wearing and what they were doing on the other side of town, they were jam skating. So the first thing I get in my head when I get introduced to skating is the signal that these two things are two different cultures. I think it's amazing to come and then think about this from the perspective that what if doing this move was as intrinsically understood as a snap in the DMV? What if he is snapping? Like, imagine, this is snapping. This is JB. This is Atlanta. In his hood, this is riding.
Before the term encompassed an entire style like it does today. There's also technically no right or wrong way to do it. So after this tutorial, feel free to take the technique I apply here and run with it. Do your own thing. The cool thing about trucking is that it's a foundational move, and it can be easily built on with other moves to create a fun rhythm freestyle experience. But today, we're just going to focus on the basic move itself.
So boom, we've pretty much seen the basic move. Something I had to be honest about when I went back and listened to the audio, it sounded like I was trying to hate on jam skating because it wasn't a whole bunch of styles. But I wanted to come back and think about why I said jam skating is this clip of the Griffin brothers. That's what I specifically said. I said jam skating is this. When you go to Minnesota, it's this. When you go to Florida, it's this. When you go to California, it's this. And that can sound like I'm trying to reduce the roller skating style and down its creativity. What I want to expound on is the idea that this is literally a nationally shared roller skating routine. Even if everybody doesn't call it jam skating, people inside of this community that roller skate together, they all have this style. And I also want to pull out the idea that he says that, yo, this is just a foundational move. Add whatever you want to it. So what we're looking at is the connection between the ideas of taking the music that you want to roller skate to and doing the moves that you want to do to that music. And that's what the connection between rhythm skating and jam skating is. The desire to get whatever music you specifically want to dance to, and then using the equipment that helps you dance the way that you want to dance to that music. In the African American community, we're more likely to do dancing that involves us skating around the rink. While in other communities in the United States, they're more likely to truck and then organize into jam skating competitions. And that's it, rhythm skating versus jam skating. So boom. So I never placed the order. Ooh. if I cannot order food produces because my joint is connected to I can't order food. Oh yeah, my bank card don't work. My bank card stopped working like yesterday. Cause cause Capital One switched over to Discover. My stuff just started declining. Hopefully my internet isn't connected to my bank card because they about to send me a message like, hey, bruh. It says it's adding my PayPal account, but it's not adding that joint. It's been loading for like 20, 30 seconds. I can't even order Uber this weekend. That was my money saving strategy. I know I set it up earlier. Imagine literally not being able to spend any money. Because I got all this fake money, fake number money on black screens. I can't spend any of it. Har har. Joke's on you. Can't even get my hip hop chicken. Okay, I've already added that one. Oh, wow. It's a Christmas miracle. Dabu Doris, Dabu Doris. I could technically walk, but it's far and cold. I don't even have a jacket. I thought about it. It's worth it. It's worth the delivery fee and the tip. To not walk 10 minutes down the hill, 10 minutes back, and spend 30 minutes sitting in the place. It's worth that hour. Anyway, let me get focused. That was my crisis, quote unquote. I'm honestly, I had some people cancel on me this week, and I can't lie. I was a little bit happy that I got canceled on. I was happy that I got canceled on. I can't believe it. I was a little bit relieved. I was like, hey man, I was hoping this would happen and it happened. Cause outside is overrated. Can I get this off my chest about outside for one second? I'm just gonna get this off my chest for 1 second, and then I'm gonna remember why I'm here, and I'm gonna finish talking about rhythm skating, and then I'm gonna leave you. Not to say it in such extreme terms. While I'm pulling this up, I called myself living my life like it's golden, living my life like it's golden. And I said, bro, you spent all your time in the house streaming. And I was like, bro, you should be out living your life like it's golden. And inside of my head, my life was the life that I was living in Shanghai or Thailand. When I took a step back and I did the calculations on the return on time and the return on investment of acting like I was living in Shanghai, and this was like for 3 months. I think I went out like 3-4 times, maybe like 4 weeks. And every single night I'm going out, like I'm getting Shanghai prepped up, I'm getting Shanghai hyped up. I'm like maybe 2 nights a week over 3 months. I'm sitting at the house like, when are you going to change your definition of living your life like it's golden? Why is this living your life like it's golden? Because I'm going out, talk about I'm going to do all this. I'm back in the house at 10 o'clock. I promise you, I'm back in the house at 10 o'clock. I feel like I've been out to 2. You haven't even been out that long. Like, if this was back in the day, you'd still be in that club putting up shots. Let's be real. Back in the day, you used to leave the house at 11 o'clock, sometimes 1 in the morning. You'd be at the house getting pre-gaming. You just game at the club. You don't warm up first. You don't warm up to go to the club. I don't warm up. I'm cold, ice cold. I'm walking in ice cold. I ain't got 2 workouts in me. I'll be looking for day parties. What's the difference in cost? And what is, I don't know, man. I'm like, bro, this ain't you. And there be nights I come home, be like, finally, I'm home so I can stream. So boom. I said, nah, bro. And so this week, when I lost my debit card, or when my debit card stopped working, I said, perfect. Perfect. Imagine if it hadn't fallen through and you were scrambling trying to figure out how you could pay for something that you did need to be buying. If I had an engagement, I would be trying to figure this out. You know, I'm not even trying to figure it out that hard. I called them. They said they go sit it like Tuesday, Wednesday. All right, bet. Stay in the house all weekend doing them projects. Order hip hop chicken. It's going to be like $40 of hip hop chicken. Tonight's hip hop chicken and Sunday's hip hop chicken. And that was it. I sent in my client work today. Here, guys. Boop. I ain't got no assignments. I finished my work for Monday today. I said no. And now, live consciously. That's what I'm really focusing on. I'm focusing on saving my money month to month. Month to month. Learning more accounting skills, learning more investment skills. And I'm like, bruh, one of the parts of the accounting is looking at your budget and saying stuff that you need to stop doing. Even going out to the club, I'm going to get a couple drinks. No more. No more $50 nights. Two $50 nights a month is $100 a night. It's not even worth $20, $30 in the club. No. The wild part is the Thanksgiving coming up, and I was like, bro, you need to stop texting people during cuffing season. Stop texting people during cuffing season. Like, what are you doing? You know, text them and sell them a life that you're not going to provide? Why are you selling them this? Hey, yeah, we could go do this and do that. You ever talk to somebody about a life and they'd be like, okay, that's $80, $90 of event. And that's another $80, $90 of event. I'm not even trying to go to the club to do the banana man in the club thing no more. I don't know why I'm doing this. So I can give out Christmas gifts? So this can work long enough to give out some Christmas gifts? This gonna work long enough to go to Thanksgiving somewhere? Oh, yo, come meet my family 3 states away for Thanksgiving. Hey man, sometimes you don't make that pass. Like, what are we talking about, bro? Like, we gotta. I just heard myself say, come meet my family 3 states away for Thanksgiving. Say, nah, bro. I need my money, bro. If I'm tightening my belt on takeout, the takeout ain't getting acquired. What do you mean? Ain't even acquiring the takeout. So this is the chart of rhythm skating versus jam skating in search terms. Rhythm skating has a crazy spike. What day was this? February. During Black History Month of 2022, the world found out about rhythm skating. It's crazy. Crazy stat, bro. On average, jam skating is 3 times as popular as a term as rhythm skating. Throughout the year and consistently over years, jam skating has a consistent amount of traffic, while rhythm skating doesn't have any sometimes. Large portions of this time, nothing. Then around 2022, 2021, 2022 pop off. And now every once in a while, jam skating have some pings of interest. What is happening on these days? What happened March 12th of 2023? Another one. It's again. Is this March 23rd? What happens on March 23rd? Figure Skating Worlds happens in March. Or does it? August to April. So Figure Skating Worlds creates a spike in roller skating. And that spike in roller skating could create interest in rhythm skating. Okay. What's happened on July 12th, 2022? The National Roller Skating Championships were underway in Nebraska. So the National Roller Skating Championships. Wow. That's data. That's the power of data. Let's look at the rhythm skating interest numbers. Some of these days are in the 48s. The rhythm skating per capita day-to-day interest is drastically higher. Drastically. If we look again, we notice that there is a large rhythm skating strength area in the Southeast. This is also the place where one of the largest rhythm jam skating groups forms, the Southeast Jam Skaters. Florida, one of the places that, jam skating is credited to. Florida, one of the places that jam skating is credited to. Texas rhythm skating, Texas looked like it may be more of a rhythm skating place. They're not using it as much in Alabama, South Carolina, Virginia, Maryland, Rhode Island. But in New York, we got 100% score rating. Oh, Saturdays. This is back in the day. Oh. So another spike in March around Black History Month as well as Artistic Skating Nationals. Artistic and so boom, boom.
Hey, listen.
Back in the day, no. Oof. If you're right, you know that means something else.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, but if you're right, you know that means something else, right? Where did they go? Why did they leave? These cities change every day. Oh, that's for early rhythm skating influences. I said rhythm, I didn't type jam. Okay, the Great Lakes area, Florida and California. So I was waiting to see if Texas was one of the places. Not to say that what you're saying doesn't make sense, but I was like, okay, did they mention Texas? Because if they mentioned Texas, that I could be like, oh wow, and it was serious. But anyway, well, Boss Twiz, it's been your boy Dun Beers, and this is just an overview of some of the ways that the term jam has changed and been used through history. That's all I got for you today. Go skating now.